Hello, cats and kittens, felines and felidae, humans and variant humans, and every race, class, and subclass. Welcome to another edition of Brainy the RPG Cat. Tonight, we're playing Pokemon TCG Live. And so after a very big recent unboxing I had of one of the more recent Sword and Shield sets, I have constructed a deck, and we're going to be playing our first set of randoms using that deck. And we're also going to look at just our overall card collection, see if we can put together a themed deck of a different color. So, Sundays are usually the days that I spend going to my local comic book store. And I did a lot today in terms of Magic and TTRPG and... So it's really interesting to do all that and then come up onto the stream and say, oh gee whiz, well, time for more card games is all I gotta say. But you know, I don't really ever have an opportunity to play Pokemon while I am at the comic book store, so it's good that I do have this moment to spend with the rest of you. So thank you everybody once again for tuning in, as always. We are sponsored by GreatMia.Games. For inexpensive TCG single cards, visit GreatMia.Games. Use the code 1050 at checkout for 10% off your online purchase. Also, be sure to take a look at my crowdfunding pages, both on Kofi and Throne. They each serve their happy little purpose. Alrighty, so let's go ahead, let's head over to the main screen, and let's start our games of Pokemon TCG Live. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to actually show you the contents of this deck. And so mostly we're going to see it over here. So this has a total of 4 V cards. 2 of them are Blissey Vs with the ability of Natural Cure. Whenever you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, it recovers from all special conditions. And Blissful Blast, which does 10 plus 30 additional damage for each energy attack to the Pokemon. I have Ho-Oh V, and Ho-Oh is probably one of the more key cards in this set. So let me take you a little bit back to probably the far-off year of 2008, when I was actually playing Pokemon TCG physically in a comic book store. I did have a rainbow-colored deck where the key card was Ho-Oh, and the way Ho-Oh worked was that if you attached different types of energy to Ho-Oh, then you would do 30 additional damage for every single type of different color energy that was attached to it. This Ho-Oh V card does the exact same thing, but it also has the ability Reviving Flame, which says that once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you can put it onto your bench. If you do, attach up to 4 basic energy cards from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So this Pokemon is actually capable of leaving the graveyard and then returning with 4 energy attached to it. So then that would be a total of 190 damage per attack. So that one's pretty awesome. So Lugia V is probably one of the most prolific cards in play at the moment. It is an HP 220, has the ability to Read the Wind, which allows you to discard a card from your hand, and if you do, draw 3 cards. Or Arrow Dive for 130, which requires you to discard a stadium that's in play. And the V-Star version of Lugia, which still does Tempest Dive, but also gives you the ability Summoning Star. During your turn, you can put up to 2 normal Pokemon that don't have a rule box from your discard pile into your bench. So, once again, this allows you to take 2 cards out of the discard and then put them directly onto your bench, which is the same kind of ability that is on Ho-Oh. So then I have Mincino for HP 70. Glance lets you look at the top card for your opponent's deck, and really not an important part of this strategy, but also Tail Slap, which will allow you to do 20 damage for each head. Cincino is a lot more valuable, as well as the ability Make Do. Allows you to discard a card from your hand in order to use the ability, and then once during your turn you can draw 2 cards. So it allows you to discard and draw, and then Energy Assist for 40, which allows you to attach an energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. Oranguru is in here because it's very unlikely that I'm actually going to use him to attack, but I need the ability Primate Wisdom in order to switch a card from your hand to the top card of your deck. Smeargle is here. He's got a very clear strategy here. As the move Colorful Palette will allow me to look at the top 5 cards of my deck, and then I can attach any number of the basic energy cards to one of my other Pokemon. So if I lead with Smeargle, I have the opportunity to continue to search for energy cards that I can put on either Ho-Oh or Lugia. Shiny indeed. Snorlax is probably just here for tank abilities. Has the ability Gourmandize. If this Pokemon is in the active spot, you can draw cards until you have 7 in your hands, or Body Slam for 100. Spinda does Dizzying Spin. It does 10 damage to each Pokemon, and it is confused. Probably used here as a stall card, because if I can confuse Pokemon like Pokemon V, it gives me more of an opportunity to take more turns to put more energy on either Lugia or Ho-Oh. And then Cross Switcher allows me, of course, to switch bench Pokemon with active Pokemon. Energy Retrieval will allow me to take 2 basic energy cards from my discard into my hand. Energy Search will allow me to search for an energy card. Hyper Potions help me heal 120 damage. Ultra Balls will allow me to discard 2 cards and then search my deck for a Pokemon. And so once again, since I have cards that I can actually pull back from the discard pile, using Ultra Ball in this deck is not really a deal breaker. I think I have 2 stadiums. One of them is Jubilife Village. Once during the player's turn, that player can shuffle their card into their deck and then draw 5 cards, and if they do, their turn ends. Training Court allows me to put a basic energy card from the discard pile into the hand, which once again allows me to pull cards out of my discard pile. Adventurer's Discovery allows me to search my deck for up to 3 Pokemon V, which I only have a total of 4 Pokemon V in the deck, so this is pretty useful. I used to have Fursode Girl in this set, but it was recently banned. And by recently, I mean as early as last week. So unfortunately, I've had to replace it with Alistair. Alistair allows you to draw 3 cards. If you draw any cards, then you discard up to 3 cards to your hand. So it's the trade-off of, throwing away 3 cards in order to get 3 new cards. But once again, I can bring cards back from the discard pile. Birdkeeper allows me to switch active Pokemon with bench Pokemon and draw 3 cards in addition to that. Gordy lets me look at the top 7 cards of my deck, reveal any number of energy cards, and then put them into my hand, which is very useful because I need a lot of different color energy cards in order to do this. Melanie allows me to attach a water energy card from your discard pile onto one of your Pokemon V, and if you do, draw 3 cards. And so this has a full gamut of every normal energy that is in the game. And so that just gives me, since there's a total of, I believe it's, 7 different kinds of energies. That's the depth through which I can power up Ho-Oh or any of the other cards that I have that will allow me to gain attack based on different types of colored energies. So yeah, that's a lot of energy types. So as I had said before, I used to run a deck like this before they had introduced Pokemon V. Pokemon V gives me a few distinct advantages, like the ability to take Ho-Oh out of my discard pile and attach 4 energy to it. So that is effectively what this deck is going to do. So we're going to start playing randoms with it. So there's a few additional tricks here that aren't typically seen in ranked mode. In ranked mode, there's a significant amount of people that are just using either all Blissey or using all Lugia decks. And it's because right now Lugia V and Blissey V are cards that we all have. They're probably some of the strongest cards that are just currently in the game meta. You know, cards that everybody has and cards that everybody can use different strategies with. Alright. So, in this set, my only current card is going to be Mincino. Start of the opponent's turn, they have a score bunny. And they have Mincinos, but they have Mincinos from a different set. Okay. Amber does 30 damage, but then they have to discard an energy for it. Probably something that they're not willing to do in the first turn. Okay, so I think I might be a little bit into trouble because I don't have many basic Pokemon in my bench, so I'm going to play Alistair here. Okay, so I can retrieve energy cards from my hand, and I can also retrieve well, no, I think that's probably is it. So let me get rid of Melanie, and then let me get rid of Steel, and let me get rid of Grass. Alright. So then I've drawn 3 new cards. I can put Spinda onto the bench. Attach energy to Mincino. And not having anything else to do, I will glance at the opponent's top cards, which is going to be the Gym Trainer card. Now it's their turn again. Let's see what they're going to do. They're going to play that Gym Trainer card. I had a feeling they were going to do that. They put an extra fire energy onto the score bunny. Which means, yeah, they're about to hit me for 30 and then discard an energy. Alright. So let's see. What can we do here? Jubilife might be good if I want to use the effect for it. And then I would also like to use Birdkeeper to swap. Put this electric energy onto Spinda. And now I can use Dizzying Spin in order to do 10 damage and confusion. Additionally, 10 damage goes onto the bench Pokemon, but since this isn't a sniper deck, that's not really one of the winning strategies that I'm going to use here. Okay, they're going to switch for Mincino. Mincino is capable of doing Tail Whap for 30 this turn. Gonna play Sonia, which lets you search for 2 basic Pokemon or 2 basic energy cards. They're going with the energy. So I'm pretty sure the energy is being used in order to fuel Fire-type Pokemon that are going to destroy energy every time that they attack. Alright. So, Oranguru, that's a no-brainer here. Okay, I'm going to need Gordy in order to pull up to 7 energy cards from my deck into my hand. Okay. So, Mincino can now evolve into Cincino. And yeah, that only requires so I can use the ability from the bench, which allows me to discard a card and then draw 2 cards from my hand. Alright, so from here, also use Primate Wisdom in order to switch a card from the top card of my deck, and I will do that with Adventurer's Discovery. I'll be able to get it back at the beginning of next turn. And instead I have drawn another Smurgle. Okay, so now I have 2 Spindas, a Smurgle, an Oranguru, and a Cincino on the hand. And then once again, I am going to do Dizzying Spin. Oh, wait, no. Actually, I can attach an energy this turn. Who do I want to give it to? I probably want to give it to Smurgle. And then I will go ahead and I will do Dizzying Spin. Do another 10 damage to everyone on the bench and cause confusion to Mincino. So, if he wants to attack this turn, then he's probably going to need to spend another switch card. Okay, Hop draws 3 cards. Great Ball will allow him to pick out a basic Pokemon. He chose Raboot, which is the evolution for Scorbunny, and is evolving Raboot. Chatot is going on the bench. Queen Vampiress says, "Hi, Brainy the RPG Cat." Hello, Queen Vampiress. Thank you very much for tuning in. Okay. Raboot is on the field. Yeah, he's going to hit me for 20 Flame Charge and gets the ability in order to select a card from their deck. So next turn, they're going to have the ability to do Magnum Kick, which might be particularly bad for me. So let me see. What else can I put here? I think Smurgle deserves to have his 2 energy added to him. Let's do Primate Wisdom. Okay, let me put the Psychic Energy back and then use Adventurer's Discovery to pull 3 Pokemon V from my hands. So I'll pull one of each. Blissey, Ho-Oh, and Lugia. These guys needed to be here yesterday. Alright. So Ho-Oh is definitely going on the bench. I can also do Energy Search. Just get another energy. Something that I know I don't have in my hand right now. Oops, well, that was my bad. Alright, Dizzying Spin in order to do 10 more damage to everyone and confusion. Okay, Cinderace. Okay, we've got a fully evolved Pokemon, and it's capable of doing 3 damage for 190. So that's a knockout on my side. They're going to select prize cards now, and then I need to pick out somebody else to put on my deck. I could keep doing... put Spinda out and keep doing Dizzying Spin, or I can get out Smurgle and start to attach energy to Pokemon. I think I'm going to go with Smurgle. Alright. So I need to think about attaching energy before I do a move. And so let's put green energy on Ho-Oh. Let's put Lugia onto the bench. I've been holding on to the Lugia VMAX card for this whole time. And then What do I want to do next? Okay, no more cards to play from my hand. Let's do Colorful Palette. Okay. 2 basic energy cards. Regrettably, they're both electricity. And then I can attach any 2 energy cards to 1 Pokemon. So I think, well, I'm going to put them on Ho-Oh anyway, because I'm going to need them to be ready by the beginning of next turn. This next Pokemon is going to hit me for 190 and they're going to fade me again. Okay, Dan, we're playing rock, paper, scissors with Dan. I will choose scissors. Nope, I lost. So they draw 2 more cards. Evolution Incense is probably getting ready to evolve one of the Pokemon from their bench. He pulled out another Raboot, which is interesting because he doesn't have another Raboot on the field just yet. Alright. What are we gonna do next? So he's short 1 fire energy in order to attack, so he's not gonna attack this turn. Alright. Another Spinda. I want to... Let me see. Well, first of all, let me put Ho-Oh on the field. I was certain that I was going to be fainted this turn, otherwise that would have worked out. Evolve Lugia into V-Star Lugia. Then let's make do. Okay, discard the second Spinda. And then I'm going to put a Dark Energy into my hand. Do Primate Wisdom. Okay, take that same Dark Energy, and then I'm going to draw it again next turn. Alright, so that leaves me, with 3 different colored energy to put into the field next time. And now I will do Ram for 60. I will Ram for 30. Now they have 60 damage. Okay, now it has 2 Vulpix on the field. Okay, second fire. And then Blaine is gonna allow him to attach 3 energy. I was almost certain it was gonna go on Cinderace, but since he didn't, then Cinderace is not gonna attack this turn. How tragic. Okay, so take the purple energy, put it on Ho-Oh. Make do. Discard Mincino. Grab 2 more energy. Private Wisdom will allow me to switch an energy. Let me switch an extra energy. Does energy work much like MTG? Well, it's a little different in the fact that, energy goes onto a specific Pokemon. So when that Pokemon is knocked out, not only do you lose a Pokemon, but all of the energy that is on the Pokemon also goes into the discard pile. And that's very different from Magic the Gathering. Let's see. So from here, okay, I've attached all my energy. I'm just going to hit him for another 30. Up to 190 of 170 HP. So right now I have 4 different color energies onto Ho-Oh right now. So every time I have a different colored energy, it does an additional 30 damage. So right now, even though, you know, the Smeargle just got dumped, I'm going to put Ho out. Okay, got a lot of energy into my hand. I've got to make sure that I put different ones. It doesn't have a fighting energy yet. Doesn't have a dark energy yet either. I have the ability to put Blissey on the bench. I have the ability to do another Make Do. Discard the fire energy. Do I want to switch to Trading Court? Yeah, I do, because now I'm gonna start to have the ability to take energy cards out of my discard. So I think I need a grass. Oh, well, maybe I don't. I still need a steel. And then Oranguru, Primate Wisdom. Okay, let's drop grass onto the top of the deck. I'm going to draw it again next turn. And then attack for Rainbow Burn for 250 plus 30 damage for every basic energy attached to the Pokemon. 250, that knocks out Cinderace. I get to choose one of my 6 prize cards. I'll choose number 5, which is a Hyper Potion. I'm probably going to need that. Okay, evolving to Arcanine. Fighting Tackle does, if the opponent's active Pokemon is a Pokemon D, this does 100 more damage. So, if he manages to pull off this move, then I'm going to take 200, which only leaves me with 30. So it's a good thing I got that Hyper Potion. Yep, there's a 200. Alright, so what damage do I not have on Ho-Oh right now? I don't have Dark and I don't have Steel, so I'm going to put the Dark on him. And then I am going to use the Hyper Potion on him, which is going to heal him for 120. If you heal any damage this way, I need to discard 2 energy. Okay, gosh, what were the extra ones? Okay, he has an extra electricity. And, well, one of them isn't extra, so unfortunately I'm just going to have to dump one of them. Training Court. Let me take back that fighting energy that I just threw away. I probably should have gotten an electricity instead. Oh well. Yeah, I just attached an energy this turn. So, Rainbow Burn again. That knocks that Pokemon out. Okay, and now I can choose one prize card. I'm going to choose number 3. I've got Alistair. And now Vulpix is going on the bench. I'm assuming that, you know, the game has gone on for so long that he probably does have a Ninetales in his hand. He didn't evolve the one in the field. He evolved the one on the bench. Because it would have been pretty easy for him to attach 2 energy onto this Vulpix and then be able to use them this turn. I don't know why he did that. He's playing things relatively safe, I can see. Alright. So the only other energy color I don't have attached to him is Steel. Well, I don't have Fighting either, but let's put Steel for now. And then I could Hyper Potion him again. But then I'm going to have to discard 2 energy. Well, maybe it's better that way. Okay, so I will heal his energy, and then I will discard... well, what's in my hand right now? Okay, well... Electricity and Psychic. Yeah, 2 of those are correct. But anyways, then do Rainbow Burn. Do 220, which knocks out that Pokemon. Alright, then choose prize card number 1, which is a Steel Energy. So now Ho-Oh is fully healed and has 4 different color energy on it. Things are going pretty well. Gets to draw 2 cards. It evolves a second Pokemon into Ninetales. And then is going to use Great Ball in order to pull out another Pokemon, which is a Raboot again. I don't know why they pulled out Raboot, because they don't have any more bunny basic Pokemon on their field. Okay, now I've been hit for 20. Okay, so how do I want to play this one next? Okay, Training Court, of course. Let me get some energy back from the graveyard. I don't have a water right now. Put that on Ho-Oh. Let me make do. Okay, put Alistair back on the deck. And then energy retrieval. I'll just get 2 more energy cards. Grab a yellow, grab a steel too, because why not? Alright, so I can still do Primate Wisdom, I believe. Put Melanie back. Replace it with Bird Keeper. It's good to have a card like that because it might allow me to switch if I need to. So, Rainbow Burn. Gonna knock out this Pokemon. Okay, draw prize card number 2, which is an energy. See, the only energy I don't have on Ho-Oh right now is going to be fighting. They decided to pull out another Chatot, which is strange to me because, you know, you think you would lead with the 2 Ninetales that you have on your bench. You're evolving Pokemon, but you're not using your evolved Pokemon. See, I thought he might have had me on the run, you know, when he had his Pokemon V destroying Arcanine out. Because that looked like that was going to be... Yeah, that looked like that was going to be the end of me. Alright, so... Finally, yeah, put the fighting energy onto Ho-Oh. You do Training Court in order to pull a different color out of my hand. I'll choose red. Alright. Make do. Let's discard Melanie, because I'm not going to use her. I pulled my Blissey V for some reason. Bird Keeper, Adventurer's Discovery. I don't think I need either of those right now, so... okay, yeah, I think I did that one. Yeah, I don't need to do that, so I'm just going to attack again. Rainbow Burn for 280. Destroys the Chatot. Okay. Prize card number 4 is Melanie. Alright. Okay, so now they pulled the Ninetales. Its fire main attack does 70 damage. And Flame Coat allows you to attach an energy card from a discard pile onto the Pokemon, if they decide to do that move. Hop will allow them to draw 3 cards. Okay, yeah, Fire Main, gonna do 70 to me. I currently have 90 damage to my hit points. Cincino is down. Do I have a Dark on here? I don't believe I have a Dark on here. I'm gonna put a Dark on here. And so I only have 1 prize to claim, so once I knock him out, then this is gonna be the end of the game. Take my final prize card. I don't even need to see what it is because the game's over. It was Ultra Ball. But that is victory. So it's good to, you know, start out with a victory against my opponent. Total of 1690 damage. No coin flips necessary. Damage was 770. So out of everything that I'm going to be winning for prize money is that I'm really looking for some more crystals, because crystals are going to allow me to buy additional card packs. Get some additional coins for completing one of the daily quests that was on my list. And now I'll get in. This is round number 2 with the Lugia and Ho-Oh deck. So they're signaling to me that they use a deck for steel, and so steel decks usually have an enormous amount of defense. So this is probably going to be a tougher nut to crack this time. Okay, so it might be interesting to lead with Bliss EV, but I'm going to follow my instinct. I'm going to lead with Spinda. Put Blissey and Lugia back on the field, and then hit done. Okay. So my opponent had to use one mulligan, which means I get to draw an extra card before the round starts. So they're leading with Bliss EV, which is interesting. Blissful Blast does 30 damage plus 10 plus 30 damage for each energy attached to the Pokemon. Okay. So I'll see if I live to the beginning of the next turn, where I will try to confuse my opponent. Yeah. I think they put a special energy. Yeah, they put a special energy. Let's see. So, I think I want to play Adventurer's Discovery now. Choose the rest of my Pokemon V. Alright, so then I want Ho-Oh on the bench. And then I want to attach one energy to Spinda. And then spin to do 10 damage to each Pokemon and make Blissey confused. Alright. Zacian. Zacian, also a very common card. I think it's given to everybody at the launch of the Pokemon TCG Live. Alright, so 10 plus 60, so yeah, that's gonna get knocked out this turn. Alright. So, who do I want to put out? Probably I want to put out Blissey again. This is gonna become a Blissey versus Blissey fight right here. Alright. Okay, Natural Cure. Whenever you attach an energy card from your hand to this Pokemon, it recovers from special conditions. Okay, well. Then I think I want to... Okay, well, I can evolve Lugia to V-Star. Put Blissey on the bench. I don't want to swap just yet. So, do the Blissful Blast. For, yeah, the 40 damage that's going to count. And then I can attach up to 3 energy cards. I'm only going to have 1 to attach. Alright. So now we're just kind of doing a little bit of sumo here. Just Blissey versus Blissey until one of our Blisseys get knocked out. Alright. See, they're pretty much wondering about their chances right now. Okay, they're swapping. Okay. Arceus V-Star. This already has 10 damage on it. Trinity Nova. If you have 3 energy, you can search for 3 basic energy cards. Alright. Put a steal on Zacian and then end his turn. Well, now, Arceus has an enormous amount of attack on it. So, they're really making me choose here. Do I start putting the energy onto Ho-Oh, or do I actually start putting the energy onto Blissey so I can multiply their attack? So, what I probably want to do... Let me see, I have an ability, okay. First, let me do Summoning Stars so I can put another normal Pokemon onto my bench. And then I want to start putting energy onto Ho-Oh. And Blissful Blast again. Say, done 80 damage to it. It still has 200 damage to go. Alright. Alright, so pull out an EVV. I assume that that's going onto the bench now. Another Capture Energy. So how does Capture Energy work? I'm trying to read the card. As long as this card, it provides normal energy. When you attach this card from your hand to your Pokemon, you get to search for a basic Pokemon. Okay, that's how that works. Okay, EVV on the field now. Boss's orders. Forces me to switch cards. He's put my Spinda onto the field. If Spinda goes onto the field, are they going to be able to hit me for the total amount of my damage? No, probably not. So, they think that they've done something very, very intelligent, but I think what they have done is ultimately going to result in their undoing, because naturally I'm going to put the energy onto Spinda, and then... well, let me first put Jubilife here. Alright. I will use Jubilife in order to get 5 new cards. And then... Oh, well, then I don't get an attack. Okay, well, I should have used Dizzying Spin. I should have confused Arceus V-Star, but I did not do that. Now this is going to hurt. Okay, he's switching back to Blissey V. So Blissey V has like 4 different energies on it. And unlike Ho-Oh, it doesn't discriminate. So he knocked out my Spinda, is going to select 1 prize card. And then I'm going to put my Blissey back on the field. Alright. Oranguru is out here now. I think I want to... I'm probably gonna leave Snorlax in my hand, but let me put the 3rd energy onto it. Let me Primate Wisdom. Okay, put the electric card back on the top of the deck and then replace it with Cross Switcher. Okay, then hit it for the 100. It has 50 attack left, and then I get to attach the extra energy to it for next turn. Alright. So the way that the opponent is playing their deck, they're playing it in a way where they don't have any normal type energy at all. Every single one of their energies is a colorless energy with a special ability, which is admittedly a very, very good tactic. Okay, Eevee has been equipped with the Cape of Toughness, which gives it an additional 50 HP. So they've just hit me for 250. Let me see. How do I want to play this? If he knocks me out next turn, well, he's not gonna knock me out next turn because I'm gonna be able to knock him out next turn. So, energy going on Ho-Oh. Do I want to use the? I don't want to use the hyper potion because that's gonna hurt me. Okay, use Jubilife in order to shuffle and draw 5 again. Alright, well, every time I do that, it ends the turn. That's something I need to remember. Alright. Alright. See, another special energy card. I should have knocked him out before he knocked me out. That was a mistake that I made. Okay, now I gotta pick another Pokemon to put on the bench. Gosh, it's got a lot of energy. Yeah. I just need to hit it hard enough to do that last 50, and I think the only Pokemon that's going to be able to do that is Blissey. Alright. Okay, this time don't click Jubilife, instead do the attack. Okay. Up to 3 energy cards. Green, blue, dark. Okay. Let's see. 220. I mean, I believe this. Oh no, actually, that one needs 1 more energy. 270 here. Alright. Well, I lost that one, but the main reason I lost that one is that I probably shouldn't have used Jubilife Village twice. So, I'm just going to try not to make that mistake this time. Yeah, you think you're starting to get it now. Yeah, it's a relatively simple game, is that... I started playing TCGs with Yu-Gi-Oh! And then I followed that by going from Yu-Gi-Oh! To Magic, and then I played Pokemon. Pokemon seems to be the easiest out of the 3, in my humble opinion. Alright. I'm going to choose to go first. Okay, Spinda gets to be the one to go out first. I think that's the only Pokemon I have at the moment. But I also have both of my Adventures Discovery cards in my hand. So, they took 1 mulligan, which allows me to draw 1 additional card. Still waiting for him to populate his bench, if that's something that he can actually do. Alright. Draw my extra card. And then tap done. Alright, so he's leading with Dunsparce. Mysterious Nest prevents Pokemon from having weaknesses. Okay, so probably put Jubilife on the field again. Put a energy card on Spinda. I don't seem to be able to use this just yet, but instead I am going to do Dizzying Spin. Oh, actually, you know what? Since this is turn 1, I don't believe that I can attack yet. So this is actually a good time for me to use Jubilife Village. Alright. So the thing that has been regrettable so far has been I don't have another Pokemon on my bench, and so a special lose condition has to do with the fact that if you knock out a Pokemon and it's the only Pokemon that's on your field, then the other player wins. So, you know, that's why there's so many cards that, you know, help you to put Pokemon on the bench, because Pokemon need to be on the bench in order to keep you playing. So interestingly, has not put any energy onto Dunsparce yet. But they do have another Bliss EV. Alright. I have 2 Alistairs. I'm going to have to use one if I want to survive here. And then I drew 3 cards. I need to discard 3. I am going to discard Birdkeeper. And then I'll put the Fire Energy, and I'll also put Melanie. Alright. Discard those 3 cards. Put Blissey on the bench. Attach the first energy to Blissey. And now I will use Dizzying Spin. 10 damage to each Pokemon, and Dunsparce is now confused. So, Ladybug has an ability to get out of this. All they need to do is use a card in order to switch Dunsparce with Bliss EV. Let's see if they do that. I mean, the fact that they put equipped the robe onto Dunsparce is a pretty good move, because now it has an attack up to it has up to 110 HP, and because it has 110 HP, it's going to be really hard to knock out now. Okay, put the second energy onto Blissey. I don't. Okay, well, I'll do Alistair again. Draw 3. Choose Melanie, and both energies to discard, and then hit done. I have a Cincino in my hand as a result of that, but I am going to hit for another Dizzying Spin. A turn where that Dunsparce isn't confused is probably a bad one on me. Boss's order is going to force me to switch. But are they going to switch? That's the interesting thing. Yeah, healing using a potion, which, yeah, just eliminates the 28 damage that it's taken. Put a second Dunsparce on the bench. Okay, equip Blissey with a Cape of Toughness this time. Alright. Smeargle on the bench. Well, since Blissey is out here, 70 plus 30, well, 70 plus 60. Put 70 damage onto this, and then allow me to attach up to 3 cards to this Pokemon. So I will attach all 3. See, now Blissey is getting the rainbow treatment. Okay, Arceus on the bench. As I said, you know, we're seeing a lot of these cards just recurring because they were cards given to everybody just for installing the game. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of Blissey strategies. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of Arceus strategies. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot of Zacian strategies. Let's see. Okay. Everybody is good energy-wise. I want to put the steel on Smeargle. And then... Okay, let's do another damage. Okay, knock that Pokemon out. It's doubtless that Blissey is going to be the next one on the bench. And they have additional HP as a result of wearing the defense cape. Oh, that explains it. I thought there was a really specific meta behind that. And, well, you know, what's additionally interesting to that is that I'm not the only one running a normal energy deck right now. It seems like everybody is running a normal energy deck. What distinguishes my normal energy deck is that it uses different kinds of normal energy, whereas if other people were making a normal energy deck, they would choose all of the special energies that have special abilities attached to them. So I'm the only one running a normal deck with Rainbow Energy, and that's the end of that whole fable right there. Okay, I believe that... Okay, he's got... Yeah, so he can hit me for that 160 damage right now. And put Arceus on the bench. Because of course. Yeah, okay, I took the 90 damage. Okay, Lugia goes on the bench. Okay, I don't think... Well, I can put this on here, and I can do the additional damage. Or I can put the first on Lugia, which actually might be a bit more useful. Okay, then I'm going to hit them. So 160 times 20, 180. Let's see, how now? Okay, it's got three energy now. Pretty sure I'm going to get attacked again. That's how this is going to go. Okay, I am 20 short of getting knocked out. Might as well get the second energy. Well, let me see. If I discard the other 2 cards from my hand, I can use Ultra Ball and then search my deck for a Pokemon. So this could be a way in order for me to get Ho-Oh on the bench. I could also get Lugia V-Star. So, since Lugia is more than likely going to be the next one out, that's probably the better choice right here. Okay, then hit for the additional 160. And then attach up to 3 energy cards to this Pokemon. I only have the 1. Okay, detaching, knocking out, grabbing prize card. So since I knocked out a Pokemon V, I actually get to choose 2 of my prize cards, which actually puts me that much closer to winning the whole game. Okay, VMAX is out. So little do they know I'm going to have VMAX out immediately following this. Let me see. Still needs an additional energy in order to actually use it, though. Okay, he pulled an Alistair, but is he going to be able to use it? Nope, he's going to put the Cape of Toughness again. Oh, gee whiz. Well, I can see what this guy's prevailing strategy was. So, the thing about Cape of Toughness, I don't think it actually works on VMAX Pokemon. Well, no, actually, it doesn't work with Pokemon GX, which is a card type that I don't think actually is very popular at the moment. Alright, so I just managed to naturally draw Ho-Oh now. Let me see. So, how do I want to pull this? Okay, well, Lugia is going to evolve into V-Star. Oranguru is going to go onto the bench. Primate Wisdom is going to allow me to put my Electric and pull out another card. Mincino. Mincino is not going to help me here. Alright, well, I am 20 HP from losing this battle with Blissey. I might as well take it for the amount of damage that it's going to be worth. 190. Alright. Okay, they've taken out 30 energy using a normal potion. I think they still have an energy to attach. Trinity Nova will do 200 damage. Will do 200 damage at default. Okay, I think he decided to use Jubilife instead. That's one advantage to having Jubilife in this deck. Sometimes the opponent will choose to do it. If the opponent chooses to do it, it means that they won't attack you. How do I want to do this? I don't have enough energy cards. Put the second one onto VMAX and then attack again. Well, hang on. First, Primate Wisdom. See if I can switch Mincino for something useful. Nope, just another Spinda card. Alright. Let's Blissful Blast again. Knocks that one out. And that was another Pokemon V, so I get to choose 2 more prize cards. That only leaves me with 1 prize card left to claim. Okay, Arceus is coming off, and interestingly, Arceus doesn't have any energy on it at the moment. How are you going to do this? Okay, well, 1 energy. Puts another Blissey onto the bench. Okay, he's got a boss's orders. He's probably going to force me to switch right now. Yep, there we are. So he puts Smirgle on the field. I think, yeah, if he has the ability to, he's probably just going to knock me out right this turn. Oh, well, no, I guess he didn't have the ability. He probably didn't have another energy in his hand. That's what went so terribly, terribly wrong. Yeah, I'm gonna use Colorful Palette. I don't care what he thinks. And then I want to take this basic energy card and I want to attach it to Lugia. Alright. He'll be able to knock me out for one, but then I'm going to bring out the Lugia VMAX, and then he's going to be mighty sorry that he decided to strategize in specifically this manner. Chose not to attack this turn. Might have been the way to go. But now I suppose we shall never know. How do I want to handle this? It would be good to use Jubilife right here because I don't have an attack either way. Or I can actually try to pull more energy cards, which I think might be more useful in the long run. Okay, taking this electric, and I want to put it onto Ho. Alright. Okay. Psychic Energy. They have one Psychic Energy. They're gonna knock me out for 130. Take one prize card. And then I want to chase that by putting Lugia out. Lugia's attack does 220, which is the entirety of the life points of Arceus right now. But just in case, I'm going to start populating Ho with energy. Oranguru. Primate Wisdom. Let me switch... let me switch Spinda with a card on the top of my deck. What is it? It's an energy. Alright, well, I think that's the extent of that. Let's... Oh, I think I needed one more energy. Well, I can't put it on him this turn. This is trouble. Who did I attach an energy to? I hadn't attached an energy to Ho. I should have put it on Lugia. Alright. Well, I'll do Jubilife instead. Even if he hits me, he's going to hit me for 130. He hasn't been putting energy onto the Pokemon on his bench because, you know, if you managed to get Blissey out, then this would have been an entirely different story. He's put 2 energy on the Blissey. Is he going to try to switch? No, he's not going to try to switch. See, this is kind of the issue that, you know, you kind of have when you're playing ranked mode. Is that if you actually play in live tournaments, then you know that your opponent is rationalizing everything in precisely the way that I have been doing. Oops. Probably shouldn't have done this. Okay, done. Second energy. And energy search. Green. Alright. Well, since I can attack this turn, I'm going to do Jubilife. Alright. It's really cool to see how far these online games have come. I remember the old days of open source, unauthorized browser-based ports. Hey, I still have Tabletop Simulator installed on this computer. We have this Old West homebrew mentality when it comes to games and tabletop. Which is, you know, once again, you know, brings up the overall absurdity of the issues that we're currently having with Wizards of the Coast, a subsidiary of Hasbro. What my opponent is struggling with enough is that it doesn't matter how much he is capable of multiplying Arceus's attack, because Lugia has a lot more HP than that. Alright, well, I guess I'm done unintentionally and goofily toying with this guy. Swap the top card of my deck. And then just hit him for the 220. What am I missing? Oh, I still need 4 energy. That's the mistake I keep making. I hadn't thought about it that way too. You're absolutely right. So, you know, one of the more grievous things that I've heard is that this was an accusation that I had gotten from D&D Shorts on YouTube. And it's the suspicion that the current executives are trying to do everything they can in order to make Dungeons & Dragons a 100% online property. Because if it was a 100% online property, it stands to reason that everybody is going to have to pay in order to use the platform. And if they're going to have to pay, then they're going to have to make things through microtransactions. Yeah, and so that's currently the reasoning that is going on at Wizards at the moment. To the extent that they have even said that if they are going to sell physical books, they're only going to sell it for the novelty and collectible value. Which, you know, there's a part of my mind that just completely bends if upon hearing that accusation, because, you know, it's difficult to imagine Dungeons and Dragons as a game that doesn't start with pen and paper. So is it going to be a cover with no pages or blank pages? No, they're probably still going to be full books. But they effectively just want to make the pen and paper version of Dungeons and Dragons into the novelty of Dungeons and Dragons. And they want the future to be the online version with the microtransactions. And I just, personally, I don't see it happening. You know, it's really, really just kind of a short-sighted and undercut way of, you know, that illustrates a complete misunderstanding about what tabletop RPGs are about, what they've always been about. So, like I said, this is just a lot of he said, she said stuff, so it might not necessarily be true. But, you know, it does certainly make you, it really does make you go, is this really what they are trying to do with the franchise? I don't know. I don't see it either. If it happens, it's either the Foolish or the Page agents doing it. And they're also just providing an open window for people to continue to play Dungeons & Dragons by themselves using pen and paper and completely undercutting the process as a whole. Alright, so Drag me down and I will become twice as powerful. Well, now let me see. I think you can hit me for, yeah, like 200. And so that would leave me, well, that would leave me with 310 damage. Shoot, I think I've lost ground here. There was a situation where I could have taken advantage, advantage of this battle, but I think that has long since passed. I should have knocked him out a lot earlier when I was using Lugia. Well, now I can't do that. Now that's not really going to happen. So what he's doing right now is that he's using the special ability of Arceus in order to just recycle that lucky ice pop. Every single time he hits heads, he's going to be able to reduce 20 life. So he's going to continue to do this until he eventually flips a tail. And there, he flipped a tail, so now it's not good anymore. Yeah, so that knocks me out. Okay. I think... So he gets to choose 2 prize cards because that was a Pokemon V that got knocked out. Let's start getting Daffy. Alright. Adventurer's Discovery, probably not going to help me right now. Put this on Huu. And then Dizzying Spin on his Arceus. Oh, well, you know, this probably isn't going to save me, because unless I can pull a switch card, he can knock out this Pokemon and then take his last prize card. This is really just, you know, the final climactic battle here. Okay, this time he didn't get the chance to exploit Lucky Ice Pop again. Okay, so at least for the time being, this seems to be working out. Put the extra on... The problem is if I cannot do this in a way that results in Arceus getting knocked out, well then he's still going to win this. Lucky Ice Pop is unfortunately not working out for him anymore. He is, however, just has regular potions in there, which is also healing Arceus. Oh, well, he can still hit me. Alright, well. Confuse is not the stopping block that I believed it was. Okay, he's drawn his last prize and he wins now. Well, I know what would have turned the tide in that battle, but it's all in hindsight now. Okay, they get to choose who goes first. Mencino can go here, or Nguru can go here. I like the giant Pikachu sleeves that this guy is using. Okay, starting out with a V Pokemon, which is Blaziken. First attack is going to be a high jump kick for 50. Can only attach one energy this turn. And the two cards on this bench are both Blissey Vs. Okay, he has a double energy. So this is going to hurt, in summary. And an umbrella. So the umbrella, I believe, is a defense card. Prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to all your Pokemon. Well, wasn't able to hit him with an effect just yet. How do I want to handle this? I don't really think I have a choice. I have to let this play out. Put that energy to the top card, swap it with another. That really doesn't help me. Okay, glance at my opponent, the top card. A Charizard V. This guy is really V Pokemon happy. See, there it is. So, you know, in addition to all the normal Pokemon, the decks, there are a lot of fire Pokemon decks on ranked mode at the moment. I'm not getting very good draws right now. Okay, so Primate Wisdom again. Okay, Cross Switcher. Really doesn't help me out. Do I want to use Hyper Potion so early? But then I have to detach 2 energy, which is, yeah, but that's not going to help me. Okay, so do 20 damage for each heads. So, no damage. That was my first coin flip attack. You can see how badly it went. Ba-da-bum-bum. 60. Okay, something needs to start working out. Swap Hyper Potion this time. Only gives me another Steel Energy. Okay, try Tail Slap again. Okay, both heads. So that does 40 damage. Alright. It would be hilarious if I won this using only Tail Slap. It's not going to actually happen. I completed the entire duel strategy 1 and 2 lines in solo mode for Master Duel. Oh, congratulations. I'm still afraid to do online duels. My 2 matches so far was some guy DCing before playing another, taking 25 minutes to win in 1 turn. Yeah, ranked mode is a little bit hard, but you know, it's worth it because just in the random event that, you know, some people are going to forfeit their matches, and then you get to go up in rank mode, and you get to just get the free bonus cards that you get for anything that might exist. Anything that, any advantages that you might have. And so some of the other people from Great Mia Games that I regularly play with, they play in rank mode all the time, just on the off chance that they're going to win some, and because they're going to win some, they're going to claim their bonus cards. And that's about the size of that. So, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a really difficult game to play simply due to the fact that there's really no generalized deck strategy when it comes to that. They make decks based on themes, and the themes are usually based on characters from the anime. And so the limitations to Yu-Gi-Oh! Simply have to do with, how good every individual 40 to 60 card theme deck is going to play out. And people, just kind of have names for the different kinds of strategies. You can build an Exodia deck. You can build an Umi deck, which is water-based deck. You can, you can build Blue Eyes decks and Dark Magician decks, and that's effectively what the game meta is. If you just happen to have a deck that is good for beating another person's deck, then that's how you're going to win a match at Yu-Gi-Oh! And so that also partially makes up the reason why we only play tournaments privately, where we set our own rules and we set our own limitations, and we just play amongst each other. So let me see. Okay, I think I might want to try to do Alistair this turn. 3, discard 1, 2, and 3 cards. Okay. And then probably don't want to do that just yet. Okay. Flat down. Yeah, I can see that for sure. I mean, so when it comes to, general strategies, probably I think the best game for that is Magic. Because the significant thing about Magic is that you're not completely sunk if you manage to pull a few bad cards at the very beginning of the game. All of the mana serves every single card, and you have the ability to tap mana in order to use any of the abilities that you put on your field, and so that's really good strategy-wise. And so, it also, another way that you can reconcile it is that that's a big difference between trading card games that originate in the United States and trading card games that originate in Japan. Because American games are largely based on, just existing American game types like deck building, strategy, the same kinds of strategies that you see in American board games. Whereas Japanese decks they're a lot more quick play. They're a lot more based on one-on-one battles. So Pokemon is certainly a lot like that. If you've been watching me play this whole time, I recently picked up the One Piece card game, and the One Piece card game has creates a situation like that. Let me see from the discard pile into their hand. So there's a lot of Japanese TCGs that are based on different kinds of anime, and they are virtually all battle-based. My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball Z, you name it. Well, I kind of don't want to put an energy on my Pokemon because this Pokemon has all its energy. Alright, well. So what's been really bad for me is that I haven't been able to draw another basic Pokemon card this whole game. And because I'm not going to, he's eventually going to get to knock out this one. If he's eventually going to get to knock out this one, then I'm just going to lose the match. Alright. It's amazing that he hasn't put his 2 additional energy onto it. Alright. Somehow, after all these years, I hadn't known it was 1v1. So, one interesting novelty about Magic the Gathering in particular is that I rarely ever play a one-on-one game in Magic. When I go to the comic book store, I hang out with my buddies. We usually get into matches that are 2v2, 2v5. We use special special battle conditions, like King's Mode, where everybody plays a specific role and then has to attack other players based on the role that they're playing. And a significant amount of us play in Commander mode, which is 100 cards, 100 unique cards, and one card that serves as a commander deck, as opposed to this standard 60 card deck that is that's just a standard format for Magic the Gathering. So there's a lot of different ways to play Magic as well. Oh, energy search, just what I need. Not seeing hide nor hair of any of my Pokemon V or anything. Let's heal. And let's get rid of 2 energies to discard. Maybe this stuff is going to start working out. Who knows? Okay. Oh, there's Blissey V. Okay, I needed that. So, you know, it's interesting that there's so many, just a great variety of ways to play Magic, whereas when it comes to other TCGs, you're really just kind of stuck with the baseline rules, the baseline strategy. Supposing that you even have that, it's a little bit hard. It's debatable whether or not Yu-Gi-Oh has that. Yeah, I'm finally knocked out. He gets 1 more prize card for that. He's down to 4. I haven't been able to claim 1 yet. Alright. Sheesh. Once again, more energy. Then attach up to 3. Yeah, just get a hit for 30 with high jump kick. Okay, I knocked out 1 of his V's, which means now I get to pick 2 prize cards. That makes us even. Now he's bringing out his Blissey card. We have the same amount of energy attached to it. He is more likely going to add 1 more this turn. Okay, Dronpa. It's great that he's had all these V cards out. Probably didn't need them. Because I haven't been able to pull my V cards out. 190, 220 leaves me with, yeah, 30 HP. Boy, this is going bad. Okay, Ultra Ball. Discard 2 cards. Don't need an energy retrieval. Probably don't need Alistair either. Now I can pick a Pokemon to put in my hand. It probably needs to be Lugia. Okay. Bench Lugia. Put the card onto Blissey. Because with 6 HP, I just want to do as much damage as I possibly can. Before I have to swap cards. Because I definitely have to swap cards. Can't help but laugh at an entire well-known nerd game had the gall to actually have a V-card feature. V-card, and nerds who play card games. A V-card feature. I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't understand it. Okay, I was going to definitely lose this one. So that was a V, so he gets to take 2. So he's in the lead again, definitely. The Virgin card. Wow. It's been a long time since I've so much as even heard that reference. Certainly nobody's talking about it in my friend circles anymore. Okay, discard a card, draw 3 cards. Oh look, now I have basic Pokemon. Whatever the big parasol was going to do, it's not going to do it. I think you can already hit me for over 220, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 260. Crud, I am so dead. Oh, actually, was that a Pokemon V? I believe it was a Pokemon V, wasn't it? If it is, then he can just take the last 2 prize cards. Yep, there we are. I've lost this one. Okay, so I probably have just enough time for one more round, and then we can go ahead and we can call it a stream. Let me see. I've gotten a little bit, yeah, some extra rewards, some coins, some credits. I almost never get the gems, and the gems are really what I'm going to need if I want to get more card packs. I need to win more. Please help me to win more. So, you know, I'm happy that, you know, I've won 2 out of the, I believe is now 6 matches that I've done tonight. It was a big fight. It definitely was a big fight. Okay. Well, I didn't get my heads. Mincino and Cincinnatus in my hand. Regrettably, they're the only Pokemon that are in my hand. And they're starting out with a Rotom V. Put a Scrap Shot, put any number of Pokemon tool cards from your discard pile in the Lost Zone. This attack does 40 more damage for each card that you put in the zone this way. So you get to basically banish tool cards and then do additional damage. That's what the effect is. Okay, got Training Court again. That's going to be useful in a moment. Okay, I don't think I get to evolve just yet. So I'm just going to have to use this Pointless Glance ability. Okay, next card is a Hyper Potion. I know that now. It doesn't help me to know that, but I know that now. Okay, for Dan, I'm going to choose paper this time. Okay, I won, so he doesn't get to use the ability. You're getting an extra electric. So this is clearly an all-electric deck. He's about to hit me for 40. Decided not to do it. Alright, so now I can go up to Cincino. So ability. Okay. Discard a card and then draw 2 cards. I'll discard Melanie. And then I can put Smirgle on the field. No point in doing a Training Court because I have nothing but energy in my hand right now. Okay. Do the 40. He's about to hit me for 40. I'm waiting for him to see whether or not he's going to be able to use one of these Pokemon tool cards and he's going to be able to increase his attack. Bye, Brainy. Have a good night. Good night, Queen Vampiress. Thank you very much for tuning into the stream. Yeah, just the 40 damage for now. Okay, what are we getting next? Okay, well, Spinda is definitely useful here. Going to be able to put an energy on him. So now I can start discarding energy. And if I can discard energy, I can put it back in my hand. Here's Ho-Oh. Okay, I definitely needed a Ho-Oh. Okay, and then... energy assist. 80. Add this card to Ho. Because that's what I get to do. I get to add extra energy. Okay, he swapped for Jolteon V. Thunderous Spear does 20 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So he already did 20 damage to Spinda. Spinda was probably not where I intended to go. How are we gonna do this? I don't think I have any energy in my discard pile right now. Otherwise, I think I would be able to use Training Court. So then this needs to go here. And then Energy Assist. Hit him for another 40. And then, oh, well, I guess I don't get to move the energy after that. Oh, well, yeah, it has to come from the discard pile. That's how that works. Probably going to do another 20 to one of my bench Pokemon. Maybe they think it's going to be Spinda. You should go for the knockout, but what do I know? Maybe this is a deck that, you know, mostly attacks bench Pokemon, just like that really, really good Decidueye deck that I played. I think it was the very last time that I played this. Let's see. Yeah, another 20 damage onto Spinda. You could have set your watch to it. Okay, energy search. What kind of energy do I want to add? Well, I don't think I've seen Steel yet. Oh, actually, I have seen Steel. I have nothing but Dark and Steel energy in my deck at the moment. Okay, let's make a do. And let's discard of that Steel energy I just got. And then have the ability to do Alistair. Put 3 energy cards into my discard pile. I can choose one of those basic energy cards to put back into my hand. And then I can do another energy assist for 40. And then attach another basic energy card to Ho-Oh. Okay. And that's how that moves goes. So he's got his 3 attacks now, so does 60 damage for each head. Okay. So he's going to flip a coin 4 times. Ooh, he's got a VMAX now. Is he going to evolve right to VMAX? Yeah, I thought so. 300 attack. Does 100 damage. 140 damage. And also knocks out one of the Pokemon on my bench. That is one nasty card. Okay, so I had to remember this because this is really important. Okay, I have purple, red, black, and brown. Okay, well now I have this. But first, let's do training course. Probably the only one I don't have at the moment is water. Okay, so let's put the green energy onto them. Okay, I don't think I have Pokemon in my... I don't have energy in my discard anymore. Put Minccino on the field. I don't know if I'm even going to use that. Crud. 300 attack. That's a lot. Okay. Rainbow Burn for 250. Knocks that one out. And since it was a V, I get to draw 2 prize cards. Oh, 3 prize cards because it was a V max. That's like half of my my prize cards. The worm has turned. Alright. So next one coming out is Magnezone. It still needs energy. He's replaced my field card with a Stormy Mountains card, which allows you to draw electric Pokemon, put them on the bench. And now he has swapped me for my Ho-Oh for Minccino. So he had more than a few tricks up his sleeve. Why did I put Minccino on the bench? I didn't have to put Minccino on the bench. Let me see, okay. How do I want to do this? Yeah, I need to retreat ×2. Okay, I'm going to need Ultra Ball. Oh, hang on. What am I doing? I need to discard energy in order to get energy back. And then choose a Pokemon to go into my hand. Well, since he wants to have Minccino out, I'm going to evolve him. Okay, so, okay, make do. Discard this one. And then, let me see, Energy Assist. Attach one basic energy card to one bench Pokemon. I don't think it has a Ho-Oh has Steel Energy. Has a Flying Pikachu VMAX card now. So I believe that now it has 2 energy, it can do 40 damage to a Pokemon that it swaps with. So he has the ability to just move cards on and off of the bench and then swap them. Is it worth doing? Well, now I believe that Ho-Oh has one of each type of energy. So yeah, maybe it's just worth it for the damage this time. Ram for 30. He has these cook cards, which seem to be really good healing cards. Yeah, heal 70 damage from your active Pokemon. I need to search to see if I have any of those. Because that's an automatic 70. In some ways, it would even be better than... Okay, so yeah, I am going to retreat this one. Alright. Got my heavy hitter in the front end here. How about, what else do I want to do? No, I think I might want to save that. Okay, Rainbow Burn on Magnezone. Not knocks him out. Allows me to draw 2 more prize cards. Now let's see him manipulate the bench without his Magnezone. Oh, here comes Snorlax. Snorlax gives you the ability to draw cards until you have 7 in your hands, but he has way more cards in his hand than that. Here I thought you were actually up to something. I had a Vertikeeper in my hand. Maybe it was unnecessary for me to actually have retreated my Pokemon, but oh well. Rainbow Burn does 280 damage and allows me to draw my last prize card. And so I have won again. I got this. I definitely got it. Okay, well, it's good to end the night on a good note. So, thank you everybody once again for tuning in to Brainy the RPG Cat. I remain Brainy the RPG Cat. Once again, this stream is brought to you by GreatMedia.Games. For inexpensive TCG single cards, visit GreatMedia.Games and use the code 10penny at checkout for 10% off your online purchase. Also, take a moment in order to take a look at our Kofi page and our Throne page. So, you know, I had a very good day today. I played a lot of games and I got to cap it off by bringing you tonight's stream. So, I'm in a very jovial mood right now. I believe that I am going to be back next Monday. I'm probably going to do my level best in order to bring you a new game. Probably a game from my very long list of independent games. And so I'll keep you notified about that from my Twitter page, which is twitter.com/BrainyTheRPGCat. So I just really feel like doing a one-off. I've done, nothing wrong with Pokemon Scarlet or Persona 5 Royal, but I just feel the need in order to play something a little bit more strategic next time. So that is what we're going to be doing tomorrow at 7 p.m. MST on Brainy the RPG Cat. I'm going to be dropping a new schedule tomorrow morning. All right, so I'm going to do a raid now. Let's see who am I going to visit? I think that might be interesting. Guess on a Sunday. Okay, I'm gonna go over to Kite VR. Right now they're in the middle of playing Bones Cafe, which I believe is a new kind of restaurant sim game. So, let's start with a shout out.
Well, that's your birthday. Oh, happy early birthday, Artful. That is very nice. I didn't know you were a January, well, almost February baby. So, whoops. Didn't need to show that off because that was a order thingy that I was trying to get my address from. Anyway, where were we? I bought a t-shirt from a place, and it's a very cool t-shirt. You'll be wearing.
Oops, self-docs. I don't know if it actually was a self-docs. I was trying to move my head out of the way just so that you might actually be able to see Kite. Oh well. I don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, we're going to go over and we're going to visit Kite VR. I'm going to be back tomorrow with a new independent game. So, thank you everybody for tuning in. Have a good night, everybody. And thank you very much for watching.